developing a regular, rich, and experiential personal communion, which becomes the bedrock of every other kind of prayer, is a great key to spiritual growth in Christ. So this is what we mean by mastering prayer. When a person has developed a regular, rich, and experiential personal communion, that forms a bedrock of every other kind of prayer that a person prays. That person is said to have mastered prayer. That means that when we are talking about the mastery of prayer, we are dealing with frequency. We are dealing with content. We are dealing with communication. We are dealing with posture. We are dealing with duration. A lot of things go into making prayer a regular, a rich, and an experiential communion. Remember, talking about regularity, talking about the wealth of the prayer. Kadibaya. How rich is the prayer? And we're talking about an experiential communion. Oh, mm. A lot of people can pray and they just pray because they have a need. But we're talking about a communication in the Godhead that gives you all the time a personal experience. I can come and ask you for, let's say, $50,000, and you just give it to me because you're my uncle. But that is different from when I come to you and we sit down and we begin to have some tete-a-tete. They all look like prayer, but one is much more experiential in terms of your personality, and the other is just about getting what I need. You cannot grow as a child of God until your communion with God arrives at a place that every conscious moment of communication with God is a rich experiential contact. That's what brings growth. We aren't talking about once in a while when you're in your spiritual high, or when you have done some fasting or engaged in certain spiritual activity. Talking about this becoming higher, this becoming your regular way of living, where every day you have this rich experiential communion with God. And that's not talking about even asking for anything. Oh, you've not come to asking for anything yet. And upon this base, you can now pray other prayer, whether you're casting out devils, you're commanding things, you're asking whatever. The other kinds of prayer people know are based on this foundation of a regular, rich, and experiential communion in the Godhead. This is what will make you grow as a son of God in Christ.